either side. You don't have to sit on this side. You can sit over here if you want to as well. We're going to give a couple more minutes before we get started. Did you catch them all when they came in and told them? Mm-hmm.
You're okay. No, I'm having
Are they in? There's your mom.
She said, okay, we're watching before I made it live, so that was good. So I had to be like, it's live, refresh. The maximum we had.
Good afternoon. First off, I want to welcome you all back into the school building. I know some parents have been here on and off, but we are so excited this year that we are able to have our awards day, first off, and that we're able to invite our parents and families back in to be a part of it. This year has been a tough year, wouldn't you say, guys? Yes, it would. It has been. It's been a tough year for everybody. Teachers, students, parents, staff, everybody. It's been a tough year, but I tell you, you guys have all beat it like a champion. Y'all made it through one of the toughest years I think I've ever been in my 19 years in education, so I'm proud of each of y'all. I'm also proud of the ones that are watching today. They are on, if you notice in front of me, we have our Miss Debbie Martin, our librarian, and I have Miss Abby West, who is an 8th grader, who is, we laugh and say Miss Martin is her assistant, who is helping us live stream our awards day. So we're excited about that. All of the kids can see, and any parents that weren't able to make it can also see as well. So we're very excited. I'm very proud of each one of you for what you have put forth this year, because it's been a tough year, but y'all made it. And now we get ready to move on to the high school. And I promise you, these years are going to fly by. Take it from somebody. I'm sure your parents have said it and you didn't believe them. And I'm sure we've said it and you won't believe us. But it will be some of the best and the fastest years of your life. So enjoy every single minute while you can. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the awards day. But before we get started, I do want to recognize Miss Martin and Miss West. I also want to recognize Mr. Sistrunk standing in the back. And up front is Mr. Thomas. And everybody knows them as the assistant principals in the school, and I know them as my left and my right hand. I could not have done my job for the past 8 years without either one of these individuals, so I am highly, highly thankful for everything that they have done, because where I slack, they pick up. And that happens often. If you've ever been in leadership positions, sometimes you gotta let some other people take over, and they've done an awesome job, and I could not be more blessed to be on the team that I've been on. So I want to thank them publicly for every single thing they've done, because I couldn't have made it without them. So with everything, we naturally make mistakes. So I've had some issues in our first block with awards. So I've got 2 6th graders that I want to acknowledge, because we've had some problems with their awards earlier. I will get to what the Eagle Award means shortly when we get ready to give out our 8th grade Eagle Awards. But this is an award that teachers choose for a student who may or may not have the highest average, but for some reason they stood out to them as being what we consider an FMS Eagle. And these 2 6th graders, we wanted to make sure were acknowledged for their job in getting the Eagle Award. So the first one is Miss Cameron Flower. Come on up. So Cameron, you were nominated by Miss Mejia. She says, Cameron is such a bright spot in anyone's day. She is always coming to class ready to learn, pick the spirits of anyone around her. She works hard in class and is a true example of what it means to be a Florence Eagle. So we're proud of you, Cameron. I'm proud of you, and I apologize for this morning. Our second 6th grade Eagle Award is Grayson Trammell. So Grayson was nominated by Miss Hodges, which is not me, the other Miss Hodges, art teacher. She says that Grayson is a very polite young man. He is respectful and helpful in the classroom and works diligently on his projects. It has been a pleasure to teach him this year. So we're proud of you, Grayson. So we're Miss Hodges. Okay, let's get into the 8th grade awards, because we have a lot, so I'm going to try to get done quick. Okay, I'm going to start with Miss Earhart and Coach Bridges Keystone Awards. For the highest average in Miss Earhart with a 97, I have Brooke Hall. Also, the highest average for Miss Earhart with a 98 is Rachel Parr. Another highest average for Miss Earhart is Abigail Dykes with a 94. And the final highest average for Miss Earhart is Jalen Williams with a 94. In Coach Bridges' Keystone class, Madison Taylor has the highest average with a 97. Keegan Taylor has got the highest average with also a 97. In Coach Bridges' other classes, I have Alexis Gonzalez with a 97 highest average. And finally, in Coach Bridges with a 98, I think this is supposed to be Jack Fontaine, but it says Chris. Come on up, buddy. Okay, with Mr. Smith in his 1A Mississippi Studies, highest average, Riley Bishop. In his 3A class, highest average is Maddie Wyndham. In 4A Geography, highest average is Sydney Higdon. In 8B, highest average in World Geography is Alexis Gonzalez. The following awards are for his Mississippi Studies class. In 5B, the highest average is Jackson Malone. In 7B, highest average is Keegan Cooper. In 3A, the highest average is Michaela Bishop. In 4A, highest average is Sydney Higdon. In 5B, highest average in Mississippi Studies is Abby West. In 7B, highest average is Reed Bonchers. In 8B, highest average is Abigail Dykes. And finally, for Mr. Smith, highest Mississippi Studies average in 1A is Riley Sistrunk. Okay, now we have Miss Howard's awards. For her 8th grade highest math average in 7B, the boy is Bradley Dunlap. In 7B, the highest average girl is Kaylee Ball. In Miss Howard's 3rd block 8A class, her highest average for 8th grade math girl is Jocelyn Bell. And the highest average boy in 3A is Andrew Woods. I've got some awards from Miss Lipscomb for her 8th grade Art 1. Her first award goes to Brooke Paul. And her second award goes to Will McGuire. The next group we want to recognize is our 8th grade tech team, and I will tell you this group of kids is a very smart group of individuals, not that everybody else isn't, but when I have a computer problem, I can take my computer to any one of these kids and they're going to fix it. It's amazing what they've learned and what they do. We started the tech team a couple of years ago when we went one-to-one, and it's been the most amazing thing. And to see these kids flourish in technology is awesome. They designed it so that they can fix the small problems here, and our technology department can fix the big problems at county office. So it has been fabulous having them here, and they are very, very smart when it comes to some of the technology things. And the cool thing is they're willing to push buttons because they always know they can go back and fix it. So I appreciate them. We want to recognize them. First member is Bailey Jones. Second member, Sydney Hickton. Next is Riley Sistrom. Next is Nyla Myers. Next is Sarah Park. We have Leighton Varner. Haley Wall. Abby West. We have Riley Bishop. We have Sarah Catherine Branch. We have Savannah Branch. Reagan Hearn. Tatum Holcomb. Bennett Brantley. Ethan Kessler. Keegan Cooper. Lane Withersby. Aiden Russell. Rylan McFall. And finally, Reed Rogers. So if you have seen our broadcast programs that have come out and on our website, it is these kids that think of it from beginning to end. They plan it, they execute it, they film it. Ms. Martin helps tremendously. Ms. Deere does a lot with the tech team. She's our tech team teacher. So we're very proud of how far we've come with that group. They do a lot for us, and we really appreciate it. All right, the next group of awards comes from Ms. Ingram. The highest yearly average in business law is Addison Park. Highest yearly average in business law is Carly Smith. Highest yearly average in business law is Leighton Varner. And the last highest yearly average in business law is Taylor Bean. Taylor, you can stay up here because you also got the highest yearly average in personal finance as well. Good job. And Leighton Garner, you can come back up because you also got the highest yearly average in personal finance. Okay, Coach Truccio's awards for his 7B English highest average, Helen Roberts. Also in 7B, Connor Ball. Three A is Abby West. And 1A is Andrew Woods. Okay, now I have some geography awards from Coach Moorhead. The highest average in 5B is Abby West. The highest average in 3A geography is Michaela Bishop. The highest average in 2A is Riley Sistrom. Also the highest average in 2A is Beckett John East. Finally, the 7B highest average in geography is Reed Rogers. Okay, now on to Miss Lawson. The 1B top scorer is Rachel Parr. The 4B top scorer in Lawson's room is Audrey Roberts. And the 4A top scorer in Lawson's room is Abigail Bucks. Miss Price, her 5B top scorer goes to Allie Mitchell. Her 1A top scorer goes to Keegan Taylor. And Miss Price's 3A top scorer goes to Addison Park. Wanted to acknowledge a couple students for their growth and their excellence in the Accelerated Learning Seminar for this school year. Our first one is Lexi Holmes. The next one is Isabel Jordan. And finally, Miss Westline's award goes to Star Amos. Okay, now we're on to Miss Kristen's science class. Her highest average in A1 is Leighton Garner. Her highest average in A2 is Abby West. Highest average in A3, Riley Bishop. Highest average in B2, Rachel Parr. Highest average in B3 is Jackson Malone. And the highest science average in B4 is Taylor Bean. Okay, Miss Sistrunk, who has our theater arts 1 and 2 class, wants to recognize her creativity and hard work in this theater drama class is Alyssa Worley. Now, Miss Nails, 8th grade science, for the highest average in 1B with a 95 is Abigail Lights. Also highest average is Landon Mullins in her 1B class. Highest average girl in her 2B class is Alexis Gonzalez. And the highest average boy in her 2B class is Sawyer Easterling. Miss Purser, who teaches Spanish for us, Spanish 1. Highest average in 1B is Reed Rogers. Highest average in 2B is Riley Bishop. Also highest average in 2B is Cameron Frazier. And the highest average in 3A is Rachel Carr. Sorry, I was trying to read the name. This is from Miss Johnson's math class. Her 5B top average goes to Helen Roberts. Her 1A top average is Addison Park. And Miss Johnson's 4A top average is Landon Mullins. Miss Carnley in her Algebra 1, Abby West. Also top average in Algebra 1 is Abigail Bites. And finally in Algebra 1, top average is Rachel Barr. Ms. Carnley also teaches 8th grade math. Her top average in 8th grade math in 1 class is Ariana Barnes. And also in 8th grade math is Cameron Frazier. Okay. This is the group I was talking about earlier with broadcasting that comes in, and they always have the best videos. Ms. Martin and Ms. Deere wanted to recognize them for their outstanding contribution as an on-air personality. Now that's awesome to think of as an 8th grader, to be an on-air personality, but if you haven't seen the videos, make sure you go to our library page. They are so good. The best part is the bloopers at the end. That's my favorite. The first one is Addison Park. Miss Alan Myers has gotten it for program contribution to the school broadcasting program for planning and on-air personality. For on-air personality goes to Savannah French. Also for on-air personality goes to Kaylee Wall. And finally, outstanding contribution to all aspects of the school broadcasting program for planning, on-air personality, camera, sound, editing, and production is Abby West. Okay, I have a couple of athletic awards that I need to give out for Coach Davis for basketball. The first one is his most valuable player, and that goes to Cortland Matee. For most valuable defensive player is Ariana Barnes. For most valuable offensive player, Lisa Amos. For our most improved girl goes to Kaylee Chancellor. Our most improved boy goes to Jadrian Shoemaker. And finally, his PE award from Coach Davis goes to Braxton Cousin. I was also given some awards by Coach Barlow to give out for football. The most valuable offensive player goes to Cade McAlpin. The most valuable defensive player goes to Xavier Smith. And finally, the most improved goes to Caden Rockingham. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our Eagle Awards. And this is my favorite award to give because it gives the teachers the opportunity to give some input on students. And when I ask them to fill in the award, I have them write a little blurb about the student and why did you choose this student. So it's really neat for the kids to hear what their teachers think of them as well. So Cade Rockingham, I asked him to stay up here because he was nominated by Coach Tuccio, and he says that he has got great leadership and he is a very hard worker. So good job. All right, our next Eagle Award goes to James Adams. James was nominated by Ms. Coward. She says James started off the year struggling in math. He made up his mind early on to get busy and do better. He slowly began to raise his average and do so well in his assignments and tests. He has always been respectful of me and apologized to me on days he has struggled. I appreciate his growth academically as well as emotionally and socially. I am so proud of him and so blessed to have had him in my class. I'm proud of you. The next award is Braxton Cousin. I don't think he's here, but I'm going to read it in case he's online. He was nominated by Coach Davis. Says he is a great leader and has a great attitude each time I see him. So Braxton, we're proud of you on that one, buddy. All right, Skylar Olison. Skylar, come on. I think back there. So Skylar was nominated by Miss Earhart, and Miss Earhart says that Skylar is very helpful to me and to others in class. She has a good attitude and tries very hard. Good job. All right, our next Eagle Award is Reagan Hearn. So Reagan was nominated by Miss Rear. And she says, Reagan is the person I can always count on to do everything asked of her and will help others whenever it is needed. She has such a great attitude and is always looking for how she can be better. Good job. The next Eagle Award goes to Sydney Egan. Sydney was nominated by Miss Christman. Miss Christman says that Sydney never gives up trying. She's a role model, an amazing leader, and an A-grade student. Congratulations. The next one, Jackson Malone. Come up here, bud. Jackson was nominated by Miss Lawson. She says Jackson is a natural leader, very articulate, and explains ideas to students in a way that allows them to see different perspectives. He is always focused and participates consistently. Good job, Jackson. Miss Lisa Amos. Miss Lisa was nominated by Miss Price. Miss Price says that she is one of the most hard-working students that she has taught this year. She is consistently focused, participates in all class discussions, and continues to show growth due to much diligence. We're proud of you. Good job. Our next Eagle Award is Town Pointer. And I can attest to this one because I see it. Talon was nominated by Ms. West. She says Talon is the hardest worker I have ever encountered in quite some time. He stays on top of his assignments and asks for help when he needs it. He is funny and an absolute pleasure to have in class. Good job, Talon. Julia Hayden. Miss Hayden was nominated by Miss Nail. Miss Nail says that Julia works very hard in my class. She studies, puts forth effort, tries hard, and always does everything that I ask of her. I appreciate her and have enjoyed teaching her in my 8th grade science class this year. Good job. Keegan Taylor. Keegan was also nominated by Miss Nail. She says, I have had the privilege of teaching Keegan both in 7th grade and 8th grade science. Both years, he has always given 100% and strived to do his very best. I appreciate him and all the hard work and effort he has put into my class over the past 2 years. Good job, Keegan. Ariana Barnes. Ariana was nominated by Ms. Purser. She says that she is an excellent student. She always strives to do her very best, and she has thoroughly enjoyed teaching her. Good job. Jadrian Shoemaker. Jadrian was nominated by Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith says Jadrian has a wonderful energy when he comes to class, and I believe that too. I see that. He lifts others up and approaches life in a positive manner. I know he will continue to grow and lead others in his journey. Congratulations, Jadrian. Sawyer McDavid. Sawyer was nominated by Mrs. Strong. She says, Sawyer is a hard worker and very creative, and I believe every bit of that as well. Good job, Sawyer. We're proud of you. Leighton Varner. Miss Leighton was nominated by Miss Carnley. Miss Carnley says Leighton constantly shows perseverance, and even when things get tough, she always strives to do her absolute best and never settles for anything less. Good job, Leighton. Alyssa Worley. Alyssa was nominated by Miss Johnston. I love it. Alyssa gives her very best in every assignment and is always one of the first to participate in anything we do. She is also incredibly kind and easygoing a model student. We're proud of you. Good job. Austin Rayner. Austin was nominated by Coach Moorhead. He just looked at me funny. Let me tell you what he said about it. He says, Austin is an extremely hard worker, but most of all, he always asks what he can do extra. He isn't a bare minimum type of guy in the classroom or on the football field. Good job, Austin. Maddie Wyndham. Maddie was nominated by Miss Ingram. Miss Ingram says, what a hard worker. She is always on task and participates in all class work. She is a joy. Congratulations. Lady Patrick. Lady Miss Smith nominated you. She says, what a hard worker. She is always on task and participates in all classwork. She is a joy. John Ray. He was nominated by Miss Lipscomb. She says that John always gives his best and has been great to have in the classroom. So good job, John. Kevin Patterson. Kevin was nominated by Coach Bridges. Coach Bridges says that Kevin is a hard worker and very persistent. Proud of you. Good job, Kevin. Okay, the next group of awards we give, I'm going to start out with Citizenship. The principals sit down and talk through, and the counselors as well, sit down and talk through different students in 8th grade and kind of where we feel students fit or that have stood out over the years that you've been here. And so we want to recognize a couple of students. The first we're going to start with is the Female Citizenship Award for this year in 8th grade, and that goes to Briley Sistrom. Also, the Male Citizenship Award for 8th grade this year goes to Reed Rogers. Now, we haven't recognized a whole lot with attendance this year because it's been so crazy, but we have had one student in our building who has been here every single day since she started the 6th grade. And we thought that she surely deserved a plaque for that because that speaks volumes about coming to school. I think you beat most of the teachers, obviously all of the students, and we are very, very proud of you. That is an awesome feat to have. Miss Savannah French has perfect attendance for holding you high to this. The next award we always love giving out. Hey, we always have to just choose 8 female and a male, and there's always so many that fit in so many of these spots. So it's not an easy task for us to decide who gets these awards. But the next award we call the Eagle Award. This award is someone that we feel like has persevered through whatever it may be. It may have been a life circumstance. It may have been grades. It could have been anything that they have said, you know what, I'm going to push forward, I'm going to get through this, and I'm not going to let it stop me. And that shows great character, and we want to recognize these individuals for pushing through and continuing to go ahead regardless of what life has put in front of you. So the Female Eagle Award goes to Bailey Jones. And the Male Eagle Award goes to Aiden Russell. Okay, finally, before we get to the GPAs, we have the Principals Award. And this is also a good discussion because there's so many kids that can fit in this spot. So we literally start a list and then we just narrow it down from there. And it takes a good little while and a good bit of discussion between the 5 of us to do. But the Principals Award is kind of one of those that we say, you know what, that's a student that we would send from Florence anywhere, and we would expect everybody else to act and look and do. It may be the way they treat others. It may be what they do in this building. They put forth 100% everywhere they go. With kids, with teachers, with activities that we do, it doesn't matter. They are always involved. So this year's Female Principals Award goes to Abby Buchanan. And our Male Principals Award goes to Keegan Taylor. So we're going to get into the top GPAs, and I have to tell you a funny story. A couple of years I've had parents come to me and say their race for valedictorian and salutatorian started in the middle school when y'all gave that award. And it's funny, not because they said that, but because first off they remember that we gave those, but that it has been a goal of theirs. They left the valedictorian of our school, and they were going to fight to be the valedictorian when they graduated from high school. So if we haven't done anything, we've put a drive in them to keep pushing. And we want to acknowledge those. We've looked at GPAs from the time you entered 6th grade in our building to the time now that you were getting ready to leave. And we wanted to recognize those that have all a GPA 90 or above, because that says huge volumes. That means that you put forth a lot of effort, a lot of studying, probably a lot of tears, in getting some of that algebra work done. So we appreciate everything that you've done, and we want to acknowledge y'all for that. So we're going to start with a 90.0732 GPA is Carter Phillips. With a 90.3158 GPA is Sarah Catherine Grant. With a 90.3571, Kennedy Watkins. I'm going to talk slow. Okay, so with a 90.7143 GPA average, Jocelyn Bell. With a 90.7838, Devin Logan. With a 90.8529 GPA is Sydney Hicken. With a 91.6818 GPA, Keegan Taylor. With a 91.8537 GPA, David Peters. With a 91.8864 GPA, Savannah French. With a 91.9318 GPA is Tatum Holcomb. With a 92.4286 GPA, Savannah Lee. With a 92.4359 GPA, Sarah Clark. With a 92.4773 GPA, Reagan Hearn. With a 92.4878 GPA is Abby Buchanan. A 92.5854 GPA is Caroline Tamper. A 92.6098 goes to Audrey Roberts. A 92.8293 is Michaela Bishop. With a 93.0811, Jack Fontaine. With a 93.1707, Will McGuire. With a 93.2439, Riley Seals. A 93.2821 is Taylor Bean. A 93.5 is Bradley Citron. A 93.6486, Sawyer Easterling. A 93.7073 is Beckett Johnese. With a 93.7561, Madison Taylor. A 93.7805 is Cameron Dickerson. With a 94.025, Madeline Rory. With a 94.1351, Jackson Malone. With a 94.6552, Katie Kennedy. With a 94.8780, Alexis Gonzalez. With a 95.4634, Jalen Williams. With a 96.1591, Nala Myers. With a 96.3, Lady Patrick. All right, with a 96.3556, Leighton Garner. With a 97.5 GPA, Brooke Hall. With a 97.5610, Abigail Dykes. With a 97.8636, Riley Bishop. With a 98.2368, Rachel Parr. With a 98.7073, Reed Rogers. All right, now we're down to our last two. This is where it starts. With a 99.0488 average, Keegan Cooper. And finally, our highest GPA for the 3 years at the middle school with a 99.1892 GPA, that is Abby West. I just heard from the high school, they had graduation last week, and they said they graduated 166 students. And out of that 166, they had 100 of them get scholarships and or awards at that ceremony. So I challenged this 8th grade class that we're going to make 100%. I told Ms. Clark when she was here last time, we're going to get 100% of every one of y'all with a scholarship or an award when y'all graduate in 4 years after this year. So I'm looking forward to great things, guys. I like to end my stuff usually with some kind of poem or writing, kind of leave you with. But one of my favorites that I've used for a couple of years is Dr. Seuss. Now, I knew y'all didn't want to hear Green Eggs and Ham, okay, which is my favorite. So, I thought about, oh, the places you'll go. So I picked out a couple lines that I want all of my 8th graders to listen to, because this is what life is about. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who decided where to go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. And will you succeed? Yes, yes you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Bucks Baum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai, Ali, and Alan O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Each one of you 8th graders has got a mountain waiting on you. Each one of you 8th graders has got a given gift. I pray that each one of you finds that gift and you use it. Use it from here through high school. Use it beyond. Be happy. Be persistent. I expect great things out of this 8th grade class. I've seen a lot of perseverance through each and every one of you through this year, and I expect that to only continue when you get to the high school. what I hope is that in 4 years you send us all graduation invitations and we can come watch you walk across that stage, because it will be here before we know it and we want to come. Again, we expect great things of y'all. We're very proud of each one of you and your awards. Parents, thank you again, because we know it starts with you, and we appreciate the foundation that you have given them at home and beyond, and continue to give them. So again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and guys, thank you again. And it's not goodbye, it's just farewell for now. Y'all have an awesome rest of the year and awesome high school years.